Hi there and welcome to this video. My name's Andy Rowe. This is trendfollower.co.uk. It's Saturday the 18th of April 2015, and in this video I'm going to look at my open positions and see how they're doing. You've probably looked at my other video which talked about the key indices and how they've done over the past week, and the summary was badly, essentially, for shares. So it'll be interesting to see just how my portfolio has done this week. So we're going to start off with a company called Amara Mining, and you can see this week they moved up. So a white candle tends to, well, does suggest an up week. The black candles are candles where the price has moved down during the week, and the candles on my graphs are weekly candles. So this is the most recent week, and the price of Amara Mining went up, which is good because I bought it back here in 2014, and it's been a real roller coaster ride for Amara Mining. If I open up the graph, I'm looking for a price up here somewhere, so I'm hanging in there. You can see I bought it on a rise, but it had a big fallback, and I'm just hanging in patiently, and my stop is down here, but I'm looking for this to go up big time, but I'm going to have to be patient. BT Group fell back a little bit this week. You can see where I bought it, but this week was not such a good week for BT Group, nor was it a good week for BTG. Now, when I bought BTG back here, I think that seemed to be an indicator that everyone should sell their BTG shares, and the price has been drifting down, and then a couple of weeks ago it popped up, and the week after that went up nicely, but this week it came down a bit. So my stop is down here just beneath the MA50, so I'm kind of hanging in there and hoping that it sort of goes up again. You can see it, this is a pattern that's repeated in the past, and the MA50 has been quite a good place to put a stop. So I'm hanging in there and just hoping that my stop and the price of BTG don't coincide and my trade get closed, because that would be a shame. Dexian Absolute, so this is an equity investment company, fell back significantly this week, so a bit of a drop there, but the trade is still in profit, which is great. Now EasyJet, this was the trade that I was planning last week in my blog post. You'll have read that I was planning to trade EasyJet, and indeed I did place an order, what's called a stop order, to buy EasyJet if the price of EasyJet rose above the high of last week, but it didn't. In fact, the price of EasyJet fell. You can see it's a black candle. This was the opening price, this was the close price, and so a significant fall back in EasyJet. Now that's interesting, because I never want to buy a share at a high only for it to fall back again. So for instance, just say I'd bought here, and then over the following few weeks, my share would have plummeted in value from a price of £18 down to just over £12, which would have been really galling. So what I did here, on the assumption that you never know what's going to happen in the following weeks, I set a stop order to buy EasyJet if the price rose above the high of last week, but it fell. So I don't actually have this share, but I have an order to open, an order to go long if the price rises, and indeed I'll set a new order this week to go long EasyJet if the price rises above the high of this week just finished, and I'll do the same over subsequent weeks if I can see that it's a bit of a pullback. You can see if I'd done that in this situation, I would have got EasyJet at a better price than if I'd bought up here, for instance. So I'm not long EasyJet, but I plan to place another stop order to go long if the price rises. Wheat, you recall me sort of talking positively about wheat, trying to talk up my trade. I'm long wheat, which is was not the place to be really, but this week the price of wheat fell back quite a lot. Damn it, wheat! Come on, get with it. This has been the low. This is my stop. It's not far off my stop. Come on, wheat! I'm counting on you. You can see it's been terrible for wheat over the past few years really, and I think the future is good. The future is positive. Maybe. how cheap can wheat get? But this isn't a trend trade, but it's a turnaround trade. So anyway, bad week for wheat. Evraz, so metals and mining. So not such a good week for Evraz. They fell back. That's where my my entry was. Evraz has been doing really nicely. I hope it will continue to do nicely, but not such a good week this week. Man Group fell back a little bit. Black candle there. Merlin Entertainments fell back. So that trade is at par. Northgate fell back a bit. That trade's now at par. Nove Group fell back a bit. That trades in profit. Plus 500. They went up a bit this week, so that's nice. I need to put my little arrow in there, don't I? Segro fell back, so they own, they're a property company, own sort of light warehouses and stuff in the UK and Europe. So yeah, it's been very up and down, isn't it, for Segro? It can't decide what it's doing. So this week, not such a good week. Telecity fell back a little bit. TR European Growth Trust fell back a little bit, so that's in line with sort of European indices, so that fell back. Victoria Oil and Gas rose. Now, if you remember from my last video, the price of oil has risen this last week, and VOG, of course, is completely dependent on the price of oil, and you can see how VOG has been falling, and how I felt that VOG was rising back here. If I just open the graph up, you can see why I bought it. The MA20 was starting to close up on the MA50. Indeed, it did cross it here. I bought it as the price went up here, but it's been a real rocky road. I've kept my stop down below this low, and I plan to continue to do that really until the price goes up significantly. This is a real long-term trade. I'm hoping that this is really going to turn around and eventually get back up into the dizzy heights of £20 or something. But at the moment it's less than £1. So this is fishing amongst the minnows. So we'll see how that goes. William Hill fell back quite a lot this week, so that's no good. But both the moving averages are rising. My stop's down here. If it plummets down here, then the trade's dead. But Workspace fell back slightly, but it's still going in the right direction, and really that's it. So in summary, everything's doing badly. So but that's fine. It's all calculated. There's a plan. I've got stop losses in place. If everything falls through the floor, the stops kick in, and that protects me. So there's a safety net in place. But I'm just trying to stay optimistic. It doesn't matter really how optimistic or pessimistic I am. It doesn't make any difference. I've got a plan. I stick to it, and I'm not going to let my mood influence my trading. That's disastrous, because as you can see, 1 week it's good, 1 week it's bad, 1 week it's good, 1 week it's bad, and if I allow my moods to influence my trading decisions, then essentially this week I would close everything. Last week I would have bought everything, and there'd be no consistency. The markets move up, the markets move down, and essentially I have to just go with the flow, have a reasonable stop that allows for the ebb and flow of the market, but will protect me if there's a massive down move. So that's the way I trade. It's a nice safe way to trade, I feel. I'm not recommending it as a way to trade to anybody, but I'm just telling you how I trade. So that's the way it goes. Not such a good week for my positions, but remember last week was very good. What will next week be like? It might be terrible, might be fantastic, we don't know, but I'm just going to follow the trends and let them play themselves out, and some of those trending moves will make me money, I'm sure. So catch up with you next week, and happy trading, and have a great week. Bye.